This is time to address the 20 million VeryDarkMan donated to NAPTIP. Now, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Nigerians, I come today not to attack the man's good intentions, but to ask questions many are too afraid or too emotional to ask. VeryDarkMan, you took 20 million naira, money reportedly donated by well-meaning Nigerians through an NGO for developmental projects like building schools, skill acquisition centers, and providing access to computers, and you redirected it to support a government agency to rescue trafficked girls. Now, on the surface, this seems noble and perhaps emotional. Many would say he did the right thing. But this is not about feelings. This is about process, accountability, and trust. You once dragged Abike Dabiri publicly, gave her an ultimatum of a week, insulted her intelligence, only to later find out she wasn't even in charge of the agency responsible. NAPTIP was. But after that revelation, where was the apology? Where was the retraction? You simply pivoted. You walked into NAPTIP and handed 20 million naira money that doesn't belong to you personally. I could be wrong. You can correct me. Let's ask this. If the money was collected from Nigerians for long-term development, who gave you the sole authority to literally decide how to use it? Why wasn't there any consultation with stakeholders or even the contributors? You say you are still waiting for government approval on projects. Yet somehow, you were not waiting when it came to disbursing money to the same government you criticize. How does that make sense? You speak against corruption and dysfunction, yet in the same breath, you are enabling the government to continue sidestepping their duties while you use donor funds to patch holes they should be fixing. Let's also be honest. Are your fans too blinded by your charisma to ask real questions? Must everyone who raises concern be insulted or bullied online by your followers? When did we become a country where accountability equals hatred? And here's another question. If shedding light on an issue is powerful enough to get a government agency to act, couldn't you have leveraged that same spotlight further? You could have launched a separate fundraiser district or strictly for that purpose. You could have rallied civil society groups, pressured the system, or even demand private sector partnership. But instead, you dipped your hands into a fund people trusted you to manage for something else entirely. It's not about whether saving those girls is right. It is. But at what cost? At the cost of eroding public trust? At the cost of destroying a vision before it even starts? You say you have people everywhere, influence everywhere. Then why use resources meant for building tomorrow to fix today's problem that the government is paid to handle? If every tragedy in Nigeria now gets a piece of that 300 and something million, what's left of the future you actually promised? So I ask, is this emotional charity or sustainability leadership or sustainable leadership? Is this a movement or a one-man show? Because if you know you are not equipped to manage these funds responsibly, please hire a team. I have said this countless of times. Build a board. Let people with structure and accountability help you. Because one day you will run out of goodwill. And your fans, please ask questions. Don't you think you shouldn't worship anyone blindly? Well, I don't even have time for those kind of people, because whatever they do, if you come to my page or every other pages of social media, maybe influencers or whatever, and you say trashes, I always tell people, take that trash that you utter out of your mouth and shove it in a place where the sun don't shine. Well, this is not about hating a man. This is about protecting a vision and demanding integrity. This might look like a small issue now, but trust is built in details. And if that trust is broken once, many would not give you again. Not because they don't care, but because they no longer believe. Take that to the bank.
When you were revolutionary, and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. Them never hear anything at all, then go hear pansa pansa. When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. Them never hear anything at all, then go hear pansa pansa.